For the Sphero Bolt, you are going to choose the Sphero EDU app, this blue one. And once you open it up, you'll see this home page. What you're going to ask students to do is go to Programs, which is over here on your left, and they are going to create a new program. If they can name their program if they want. But the biggest thing is to choose the program type, which is blocks, and the compatible robot is the Sphero Bolt. They'll hit create, and it will bring up their coding window here. So this on start, again, is an important block to make sure that they keep on there. And for our first challenge, you'll see that they need to start at one end and make the Sphero roll and stop at the other end of the square. So they'll have this blue painter square, and we want them to go from point A to point B and stop for the first program. So down at the bottom, you'll see this kind of these wheel here of different types of programs. Really, we'll be focusing on movements and lights. So they just click on movements. And for the first one, they are going to need the roll block. So they'll drag the roll block up. And then from here, they need to choose what direction the Sphero is going to head, at what speed, and for how many seconds. So remember, they're staying within the square. So our first program is to go forward. So how they change the pattern is to move this arrow. But for this first one, we're going forward, so we're going to leave it as B. Speed, probably not over 60. I would definitely will give them a speed limit, but I would say it's probably going to be about, in the 50s and 40s. And then for time, I'm just going to say 4 seconds for this one. So what this means is this on start. So when I click start, the Sphero is going to roll at 0 degrees at a speed of 52 for 4 seconds. I always have them, because the Sphero does need to stop, roll up a stop block. So from here, when I hit the start program, it's going to be looking for that robot. The easiest way to find it is to have the students hold the Sphero as close to the iPad as possible and click on the one that has the fullest bars. The Sphero will connect. And biggest piece about this is students will just press start and the ball will not go forward. That's because the Sphero needs to be aimed. So up in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see this aim button. And what this does is you're going to see a blue light on the Sphero. And when they move this dial, that blue light needs to be facing, as I say, like the Sphero's behind. Okay, so that the biggest thing is to make sure that the students understand that the Sphero is a ball and it doesn't really have a front or back. So by aiming it, they are telling that blue light is the back of the ball. So if the ball is going to be going forward, the blue light needs to be in the back of the ball. So now when they hit start, the ball will roll, or the Sphero will roll and stop. Now, this is where they're going to probably need to make adjustments. So if the Sphero, didn't get all the way to the end or went past their line, they're going to need to either adjust the speed or the time. So this might take a few tries before they figure out the exact pattern. Now, the Sphero might not stay directly on the line, and I always tell them that's okay. The floors aren't always the evenest, and it is a ball, so it will roll a little off, to the side. So as long as it's in the same area, they should be fine. Okay, so then the students will continue. Obviously, the goal is to have them make a square here at the end. So they will continue to add roll and stop blocks for each turn. Now, it is a square, so we just have to remember that a square is even on all sides. So really, what should not change is the speed and the time. What will change is the direction in which the Sphero is heading. So for this one, I'm going to turn him 90 degrees. So he'll make a 90-degree turn and then stop again. So when I hit start, he'll go forward stop, and make a turn to the right. Students will continue to do this. The last step, once they get their square done, then the last step will be to add the matrix lights. So under lights, they'll go there and they will find the matrix animation light, which looks like this. From here, when they click on that black matrix light, what it will allow them to do is when they click the plus button, create their own pattern on top of the Sphero. So this is fun. If there's 2 of them, obviously I tell them each of you get to, there's 4 stops, so each of you get to create 2 different matrices. And then once they're done, they click the check button. So now after every stop, we want that matrix to change. So all they have to do is pull down the roll where they're going to put it, place the matrix back in, click in a roll, put in a matrix, right? And so they would have this program already kind of written. I didn't get all the way there, this explanation. Stop, another matrix, oops. Roll, stop, and so on. So until they have those 4 turns, this is what it would look like. And then they have completed their square.